Got that at the Regal Cinema. I was one of the first people to get it, and it was awesome, and yeah. Tomorrowland stars Britt Robertson, George Clooney, and Hugh Laurie, and other people, and basically what it's about, without spoiling too much, because the marketing is really good for this movie, and I don't want to give too much away that the movie actually hasn't given away in those trailers, so I will say this movie is about the journey to Tomorrowland, a place where dreamers come and make the world a better place, and it follows Casey Newton, Frank Walker, and this little girl named Athena. I hope that was decent. So I was really looking forward to Tomorrowland. It's from director Brad Bird, who made Ratatouille, The Incredibles, and Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. I have not seen The Iron Giant, though, so I'll have to see that sometime. I was really worried because Rotten Tomatoes was really slamming this movie. It was, like, currently at 50%, I think. And that's kind of upsetting to see because he's one of my favorite directors, and I really want him to make a Star Wars movie. So I was seeing this movie with a little bit of skepticism, well, excited and a little bit nervous, and I walked out saying, hey, that was pretty good. Well, I don't think it's a perfect movie like the movie was promoting itself to be, like this next big Disney thing. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's terrible. Like, a lot of people are saying, oh my god, it has some big ideas, but it's, like, overall a really poorly executed movie. Actually, no, it's actually pretty decent. Acting is great. Britt Robertson, who plays Casey Newton, does fantastic. I can't wait to see more of her because apparently she was in a Nicholas Sparks movie called The Longest Ride earlier this year. So hopefully she gets better roles like in Tomorrowland. And this little girl that plays Athena, I don't know her name, but she does a fantastic job. Like, she really does shine out in this movie. But she doesn't outshine George Clooney because he's the man. Besides Batman and Robin. Forget Batman and Robin. What's really great is that he's not playing like this really cool hip guy. He's actually the old man, the grumpy old man. And that's pretty cool to see George Clooney do, finally. And Hugh Laurie plays the villain in this movie. He does a fine job. I mean, there's some things about his character I find a bit off, but I'll get to that later. As far as acting goes, Hugh Laurie does a good job. Special effects in this movie are really good. This is coming from a Pixar person, so of course the special effects are going to look really good, and it did. Tomorrowland looks incredible. There's one part of the movie where Casey's there for the first time, you know, touch the pen and you go there. She's there, and it's like this one tracking shot that never cuts of her walking around Tomorrowland that basically shows you what it's all about, and that was incredible. Great job, Brad Bird. You're great. And the action scenes in this movie, there aren't a lot of action scenes in the movie, but when there are, it actually was entertaining. Like the house scene that you've seen in the trailer where these robots bust into George Clooney's house. I thought that was actually a really entertaining scene. And of course, there's one action scene at this store. I forget the name of the store, but it has a bunch of nerdy stuff. You might recognize some little Easter eggs they put in there. You know, Brad Bird being the director of The Incredibles. You might. Oh yeah, and Keegan-Michael Key and Kathryn Hahn are in that scene, and they're pretty cool. Keegan-Michael Key was in Pitch Perfect 2 last week, and now he's in Tomorrowland. That's pretty cool. And there are a few jokes in the movie. There's not a lot of jokes like joke, 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 joke. It's actually like every once in a while, like every 5 minutes a joke or something. And they actually usually do work. And I gotta say, for a movie that's based off a Disney theme park ride, this movie is very original with its story and how they get to Tomorrowland. Like, the whole story of this movie is very original and really well done, even though it's based off a Tomorrowland Disney ride. And I thought they didn't, like, promote themselves all too much. Like, they showed the It's a Small World ride and the fact that Tomorrowland is based off a ride. They never mentioned the Tomorrowland ride either, so they don't really promote themselves too much, which I actually thought was pretty cool. I was really, really enjoying this movie. Like, I was having fun. It was a great movie. But then the third act comes in, and Hugh Laurie is the villain. He gets kind of preachy about his motivation, and then the end of the movie, the overall message was like beating you over the head with a hammer. Like, the hammer is the message, and the director, Brad Bird, is the one doing it to you, like, ugh, dream! Always dream! And we're there like, oh, stop, Brad Bird, why? That was a really weird comparison, but whatever. The point is, like, he's really trying to drive the point home, like, always dream! And we're like, dude, we get it. Leave me alone. Stop. That's usually the thing with Disney. Like, they're always like, dream, always dream, kids. Like they're always trying to connect to the children audience and other people. Don't give up, always dream. And that's fine, but there is a limit. Like, there's gotta be some place to stop. Even though I was enjoying the third act, it really did derail from the whole movie, to be entirely honest. But like I said, I was entertained during the third act, so at least it's not, like, unbearable to sit through. It's just, there are some things wrong with it. That's my only flaw with the movie, just that third act, the last 15 to 20 minutes. Overall, this movie is a great fun ride, and I think a lot of people are giving it more crap than they should have. It could be because the expectations were a little bit way too high, when maybe you should have just kept them all the way down here, because this movie actually is really good, and I'm gonna give Tomorrowland an A-. So if you have seen Tomorrowland, please give it another chance if you didn't like it, but if you did, go see it again, because it's leading a very slow Memorial Day weekend box office right now, currently. Oh boy. If you have seen Tomorrowland, leave in the comments below what you thought of it. And I'm sorry for, like, a lot of slow uploads. Like, I just realized, like, the Loot Crate video I just did was, like, only 5 videos after I did another Loot Crate. There's usually, like, a longer gap. And I'm sorry I haven't been uploading that much. Just school is driving me nuts because the SOLs, like, the end of the year tests are coming up. And I'm scared and stuff, and high school is scary. I promise more videos will be coming soon. I was trying to do a history of, but some computer things are keeping me from doing that at the moment, but as soon as I figure it out, history of will resume. I've been trying to do history of Fast and the Furious and history of Mad Max, and it's coming. I'm sorry, but it's coming. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.